This week's episode of the Deckchair Yumz podcast is brought to you by 2 second-hand sofas and a black curtain. Play the fucking intro.
Yeah, what's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You're very welcome back to another episode of the Deckchair Yumz podcast. We've made we've improvised the studio. We've decided that we didn't like sitting side by side. No. I like to be in my own two-seater. Obviously, you need a thrice-seater.
I need a three-seater, yeah.
Just to feel comfy.
Just to fit in.
It's also nice just to look at you.
It's very rare I see your face these days.
The only thing I've seen of you the last year is one a year.
That's the bad one too.
It's a bad one. It's nice for me as well to not necessarily need to have my hands on it. I feel like I'm sitting like somebody's granny. I'm like, so what's new?
It's a bit. I don't know what to do with my hands and all now. At least I was able to lean on the fucking desk.
I like it. That's ideal.
That's
the people who can just see my balls.
That's too David Brent for my liking.
I don't even know who that man is. Does he play for Arsenal?
He does. Fullback.
Get the full ball bag out there. Well, gentlemen. Okay. Right at the start. Well, here I'm on tour. That's just right at the start of the podcast.
Okay.
So every weekend in August, I'm in tour in Northern Ireland. So I'm in now in no particular order. I'm in Ballymena at some point. Love Ballymena. I'm in Armagh, great town. Castle Derg, Antrim, Oma. Thank you, Connor. That's 6. Many weekends is there in August?
There's about 7 or 8.
There's Larne.
Are you doing 2 nights over each weekend? Is that the way it works?
Most of
them. Okay, right.
And then I'm doing, the show's already sold out in Bangor, one of the weekends as well. And then I'll be in Warren Point in September because we had to extend it because the Bangor won't get.
Nice one.
Because it sold so many tickets, we had to extend it.
That's
another date on
in
September.
Yeah. Added,
it wasn't
extra show added.
Yeah, it wasn't a clerical error.
No, of course not.
Which is what, a clerical error, I believe, is what it happens whenever a priest bums a wee lad.
I would say it's more of
by accident.
It's more than an error.
Aye, when he does it by accident, it's an error. Do you know, he does it on purpose.
Right.
That's a dirty, rotten pedo.
Can you have a criminal error? Or is that just a crime?
I say all crimes are errors of judgment.
Errors. Yeah. So, Shine.net?
Shine.net. Oh, fuck yeah. The tickets are available from Shine.net. Thank you for that. Also, if you want to come see my live recording in the Accidental Theatre, unfortunately you can't because it's sold out.
Have you 2 nights sold out?
2 nights sold out.
Fucking dirty bastard.
So, we'll be recording the old special in the next 2 weeks. I should really get to work and actually write some jokes for that.
He's such a cunt. He has it already done, rightly.
I'll just turn up.
Just turns up and rocks.
Should say as well, thanks to everybody who came to Botanic Inn Friday night. Standing ovation, no big deal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, fair enough. Shane Todd might have been in the Grand Opera House, but did he get a standing ovation? Not from the photos I seen, but I managed to say a standing ovation. 4 people stood up and they were putting their coats on.
But again, they're still standing.
Still standing.
Whether they were ovating,
yeah,
I don't know.
I would say there was 2 fellas and 2 girls. So only the women could ovate. And I'm not sure it was that time of the month, to be honest with you. I didn't ask them about their cycles. They did seem grumpy, but I can't be sure if they were definitely ovating. One of them looked like she was on the pill, to be honest with you. Awful bad acne. So I'm not entirely sure if she was ovating or maybe
just no spots.
Yeah, she might have just been pre-menstrual.
As opposed to pre-revel.
Yeah. Pre-menstrual is a white guy applying black makeup.
Right. So where do we get to that one? How do we get there? I don't know. I think so. My tour as well.
Oh fuck! Yes, of course.
I haven't officially announced it, but because last week that wee Willie Thompson cunt was announcing, so I thought I'm not going to compete with that. So I maybe put it out this weekend and dates. But you're talking November, December. So
it's perfect time for a tour, I think, Connor.
Nice time.
It's cold, it's wet, it's raining.
Yeah.
You think to yourself, do you know what you should do? Get inside, watch a wee bit of warm-hearted comedy.
That's what.
And who better? No better man.
No bigger heart
than a friend here, Connor Keys. No bigger heart, no wetter rooms.
That'll do.
Wet rooms.
Oh, wet rooms. I thought you said wet brooms. I was like, why you got wet brooms? It's a fucking messy handling.
That's called a mop, silly. Tell you what happened to me recently, Connor.
So it is. Why has it ever come up with a wet broom?
It's catchier than a mop, isn't
it? Yeah. Mop it up.
What do you call them ones that are? It's like a long one with the foofy thing on it, like a
feather duster.
But no, the flat ones.
Oh yes,
for doing floors with.
I don't know what you actually officially call them. Flat mop.
Great bit of kit that.
They are good. Have you got? Now this is talking about fucking dad.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk about dad talk. Did you ever see the mop with the spinning bucket?
I did not.
Mickey, you haven't lived. So you've got a mop, a bucket that's purpose built for. You stick the mop in the water, Then you put it into the wee hole that you normally would squeeze real hard.
Aye.
There's a wee pedal. You push the pedal and spins it like fucking dries it out inside the bucket. And I'm like, oh, this
Is that the one from Joy? With
I don't know, but I get a
Jennifer
lot of joy
Lawrence?
from it. Eh? No, I don't.
Remember she invented something?
What did she? I
Yeah,
didn't
that
watch
was the whole thing. Because in the titular character Joy, which is ironic because she brought very little to the screen.
Yes.
It was
I've never seen that actually. There,
It's 2.5 hours long to put him up.
Fuck off.
I swear to fuck, it's
Thank
put
God
him
I
up.
didn't watch it.
So she plays like, it's not Jenny Craig, it's one of these like QVC women.
Oh, right.
Is it
okay.
QVC?
QVC is a
Aye,
shop in town or
JVC
something, yeah.
used to sponsor
JVC 's
Arsenal.
yes, they're the TVs and stuff.
Yeah, Just Video Cassettes is what it stands for. Made that up.
I was just gonna say
And a video cassette is what we used to watch the films on back in the 90s.
on the
There-
bitches.
Nobody had diabetes and nobody had diabetes. Everybody was just in the house with their videotapes.
And the Vahis.
But the Vahis
Vahis.
fucking, yeah, that movie's one of the biggest pill shit I've ever seen in my life. I remember it's
That's
2.5.
a bit of mop.
So it's about a woman, I can't remember her name.
So she comes up with
She's
an idea.
one of the first people who started like the home shopping channels.
Right, okay.
She's worth a fucking fortune now.
Right.
Has loads of patents and all. But it starts off, she was married to this fella. He's like, why isn't my fucking dinner on the table, you whore? And he's beating her
Right, Joe
about.
Pesci?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay.
And she's cleaning the floor and he kicks a vodka bottle over or something like that. And she's, the glass gets caught in the mop. And she goes to pull the glass with the mop, cuts her hand. She goes, you know what would be great? A mop that picks up fuck all.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Because that
Just
mop
mops.
obviously was picking up bits of glass. She's going, that's
shouldn't
too
have
much
done
picking
that,
up.
yeah.
You need it to rinse, not pick up.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? So she invented a new type of mop.
I wonder, was it the foot spinning one?
I don't know if it was that advanced because this happened. I feel like this happened sometime in the 1980s.
Oh, jeez, no. This
So
is new.
this is new. This
Get
is like
yourself
the
one.
eye mop.
Get yourself one. You'll end up mopping for no reason, just to get spinning. The
I do
fucker.
love a good mop. Like,
You know when you get the foot down, you get really into it. Like,
do you know what I do?
Like a
that's-
spinning
do you know
wheel,
what I
like
do?
you're sewing or something.
Could potentially help lead me losing my deposit. Probably not supposed to do this. I mop the top of the skirting board.
No, it's okay.
Is it?
Yeah, as long as you wouldn't like soak the top of them.
Oh no, just give them a quick wee,
Aye.
just a wee whoosh.
It's more the paint you'd be worried about, no all.
I don't paint the skirting boards. No, they paint them when I moved in.
No, but I mean the paint doesn't like water getting on it.
I've been there a year. Be alright.
Aye, be grand.
Aye, plus fuck it. I'll just repaint it. You know what I mean.
You won't.
I mean, you're gonna have a harder job.
You'll talk about it,
You're gonna have a
you'll
harder
not.
job washing the cum out of the walls anyway.
Knowing Mickey that well, I know what would happen.
I love how you
Rather-
said. I love how you said knowing Mickey that well to me.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
Is that, is that,
I'm
is that,
talking,
the, is that the fourth
this
person?
is the problem of us facing each other now. I'm used
a
to
whole new
talking to the
dynamic.
listeners,
Uh-huh.
so I'm not talking.
You know what to do? The
knowing
listeners
Mickey,
are just there. So if you want to,
I don't want to
talk
look
about
at there
them,
because if I look there, I see myself. Turn that monitor the other way, and I won't have to
I
look.
think I look fantastic. I'm back in
No.
the gym.
He's in the gym, and
Oh, my back fat really shows in this angle, doesn't it? I feel like a mermaid.
You've been in the gym, and I love.
What
big
about that? Is
gym
that nice? Is that
belly
cute?
shoes. That's a nice pose, actually. Yeah, it's more natural.
Squish my goodies. Joe, what happened to me last night? I was lying in bed last night with my good lady,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to do wee cuddles, and not even a cuddle to get the buck.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to have a wee gentle cuddle,
Well, I've never done one then.
and she said the words, "There's a smelly smell coming off your hand," and then she went,
Smelly smell.
"Yeah," so, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then she went, "Did you scratch your balls?" And indeed I did. We'd been out for a bit of a dander, and I at some point had obviously scratched my goolies, and she could smell.
I don't know what
She described it as sour.
I don't know
which I
what's-
think is healthy.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that you scratched your balls and then cuddled your missus, or the fact that she knows your balls well enough to know what they smell like.
I think that's a good sign. Do you know what I mean? I've never,
That's Mickey's balls.
but I've
know
never
what it
heard
is. I know what it is.
ball smell described as sour before.
Well, I wouldn't call it sweet.
Oh, it's definitely not sweet.
No. Yeah,
I,
definitely not
I
sweet.
suppose my sort of thing is I'm always trying to avoid the frosty scent of a ball bag. Do you know that kind of spicy?
But if you embrace it,
Oh, aye. Well, she didn't embrace it at all. She went, "Get your
didn't,
fucking hand away from me, you dirty rotten bastard."
aye.
And she called me a Fenian, which is strange because I'm not even Catholic. Used to be, more right now.
Hey, the old ones are the best.
So I've got sour balls. Is that a thing? As an older man, older than me, is that a thing you have to be?
Yes. Because it can be difficult to determine between your asshole and your balls
Whoa! Now
at a
that's
certain
something
time.
I've never been expecting.
Yeah, especially around the taint.
The tisn't.
Aye.
The tis not.
The tis not. In and around that area now. But then you see you've got the droopy ball syndrome.
See, now I
Are
don't,
you starting to get
I
has
haven't-
gravity taken over a wee bit?
To be completely honest with you, my balls, to me, I think my balls are actually receding, like my hairline.
Oh, right, okay.
Quite often I'm like, where are they? Why are they not hanging down a wee bit lower?
Mine's is more like my belly. They're starting to hang over the top.
Mines.
You know what I mean?
There's that mines
Yeah,
again.
that's a Tyrone thing. Okay. Mines.
You know what? I'll let it be.
Well, if we want to start me put on my grammar Nazi hat, we could have a lot of fun.
Put your wee hand, your wee nail.
I'm ready for action. I'm ready. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm
So, just chill, man. Just do that. Just.
You know, I'm normally on the sofa. It's more chill to get.
I know. A couple of wee bongs wouldn't go missing here.
Is there greenery around?
What I would love to know now, if I'm honest with you, Connor Keys, is how in the name of Jesus does one's asshole and one's testicles start to smell the same? Are you getting poo in your balls?
Time. Just if you let it fester a while, just to get that mustard. You know, it's like brewing whiskey or creating wine. You have to let it age a bit. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you really wanted mustard, you wash everywhere else except there.
That's disgusting.
Aye,
that's the first place I go when I'm washing. I go straight into the balls.
I go there. Why do you go there for? I go there first to get the lather.
And then cover yourself in the...
Then cover it because the hair gets the lather. But you're bald down there, so where do you get the lather started? How do you get the soap going?
Well, I don't really...
You need hair to get it fucking foamed up.
No, not if you use the right soap, like.
Oh, right, okay.
I'll start with the...
Are you a loofah guy?
I'm a loofah guy, obviously.
I see, I'm a loofah. I've only been introduced to a loofah.
Tell you what I have, Connor. I have a two-sided loofah.
I don't believe you.
So one that's just your standard loofah.
Aye.
The other side's like a scouring pad.
No exfoliation.
Like a Brillo. Aye.
Exfoliation.
Mm-hmm. My ball bag's actually smooth now. I've rubbed the wrinkles out of it.
See, I'm constantly rubbing it, right? Mm-hmm. But since I had the procedure, there's a wee tender spot.
Right.
You know, where it happened. And
Still?
How
long have you had that procedure? How long have you been...
2 or 3 years, maybe 3 years. No, longer. So fuck, I keep saying that was COVID.
I may have asked you this before. Has the consistency of your ejaculate changed?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Colour changed?
No. If anything, it's got smellier. There's a more cummy smell of it, you know what I mean?
A more cummy smell of it?
Aye. And...
that's a t-shirt?
It just wasn't something
What do you mean it's more cummy? I've never smelled cum.
You never... Stop fucking lying.
Here's
bastard there.
I'll tell you, I've never in my life went...
Or smell cum, sorry.
I've accidentally tasted it.
All right.
I've told you this before.
Right, so taste and smell, you know, you're...
But I've never... I've never had it near me enough to go, well, I have...
have you ever found a stale tissue that you didn't know was there? You're like...
I'm not a tissue man, you see.
What do you do?
Boxer shorts, take them off, sleep.
Oh, you're an absolute fucking animal.
Fucking.
You are an boxer shorts.
I very.
You have to wear them again.
Oh, you clean them like.
But but how many fucking times you could be wearing a pair of boxer shorts that has had spunk in them 25 times, washed 25 times, but they've been.
Obviously, we haven't had the discussion about how many pairs of pants that I own.
Right.
I have an exorbitant amount of pants. That might not be the right
I
word.
would hope you'd have 365 pairs because the fact
I'm not having that many wanks though. Not at my age. Not with these hands.
That's true.
So, as I've said before, masturbation is now out the window. In that I can't do it as much as I would like to. I'm not a pervert.
The bird shitting me there.
Oh, you boy, what day is it?
Smells like keys.
This was going to say to you. I have taken a bin out of the bathroom that has several used Jonathans in it.
Yes.
Now that's fucking stinking.
Yeah.
But I imagine if that smell was coming out of my dick every time.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'd stop doing it.
No, it's not
I'd have
that
a bit of
level.
respect for my house.
But it's not far off that. You know, there's a wee...
The what's-it-y kind of...
There's just a wee pungence. Like a wee...
Now, what I'm very interested to know is how many times had you been smelling your cum before the procedure, or was it something after the procedure you just noticed? Were you straight away like, my cum smells different now? Fuck, that took me by surprise.
I like to smell it to remind me what I ate. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you've had...
Smells like ham, man.
Well, if you've had a pot noodle, you're like, oh, chicken mushroom.
Pot noodle doesn't smell on like a bin full of Joe bags.
Yes, exactly.
Chicken and mushroom, obviously. That's the only one I go for.
Not a fucking beef and tomato like you're an animal.
Nah. Is that the blue one?
That's the brown one.
What's the blue one? What was the blue one? Was that sweet and sour? I always remember the blue.
Like
the blue one, I used to look at that pot, like the actual packaging, and go, that looks so 1980s and so golden wonder that I can't go near it.
I think it may have been chow mein, actually.
Not
blue.
at all.
I think so.
I don't think they were that advanced back in the day with chow mein. It was chow mein.
James says yes.
I didn't think that. No, but that's the king pot. No, that's a new one. I'm talking back in the day.
That's the blue one was chow mein. Don't ever argue with
Would
fat
it be nice?
Don't ever argue with fat man about food.
Was the chow mein one nice?
It was alright. Chicken and mushrooms.
Chicken mushrooms,
daddy.
the gold
But
standard.
beef and tomato is a fucking decent one to go to. You know that time?
It's the Bombay Bad Boy for me.
I've never had one.
Bombay Bad Boy, fucking nutty crust, bit of butter, dip it in. Unbelievable, sir. You can taste the scurvy.
Oh, I like it. Might have to go and
It's
buy
just
some.
straight away. You're just going, that's bad for me. I can feel my gums bleeding.
I think it's called Bombay
Bad
Bad Boy
Boy.
because it's hot.
Aye, not as hot as it used to be. You know, they've changed the recipe a bit. It's not as fucking.
Too many fucking people complain.
Probably,
See, we're
aye.
not a country that
Exactly,
likes
yeah.
hot or likes heat.
Oh, I love it.
I love it too, like, but I know, like, in general, like, if they pre-warn you, go, this is spicy, and you eat it, and you go, no, it's not spicy.
Aye, that's not
It's
spicy. I'll
just
shoot you
hotter
spicy.
than salt.
Aye, I have had experiences where I've gone, I can handle spice, and then I've had something going, wasn't ready for that. I made a wee.
Have you ever done do you ever see in America the hot wing challenge?
I'd love to. I would love
They used to
to.
have one here in Oma. Used to be a wee place down Bridge Street that used to do it, and like they gave you a bucket because you were
poking?
going up before throwing up. There were ghost chilies that were that hot. It was going to make people fucking.
See, I'd
throw
love
up.
to. As soon as you see that, have you seen that Hot Ones, that show on YouTube where the guy interviews comedians and actors, but they eat 6 hot
Oh,
ones with,
I've
like,
seen
different
clips of
levels
that. Yeah, I haven't seen the show.
I look at that and I'm all, give me them. I'd be sucking the fucking sauce off it.
If we do a Nando's date, which we've done a few times, you are at the extra hot level.
Yeah, and it's not.
And then you love your spice too. You know what I mean?
Well done.
But it's I can go hot. That's that's like,
Aye.
you know,
I
pat
do
in the
declare. Oh
forehead.
Lord!
Yeah, I love. She'd be in a rocking chair on a
Yeah.
porch.
Mighty hot today, sir. That's right, sir. I had me one of them Vindaloos.
The biggest problem I have now, when I get so paranoid after watching fucking Kevin Hart, where he goes, "If you're sweating beside me, you can't fucking eat beside me."
Aye.
And I'm going, "Oh fuck, you'll never fucking you'll never be near me."
I
And now I'm worried about it in front of other people, going,
Yeah.
is other people thinking the same as he's thinking, going, if you're fucking sweating, and I'm going, I'm eating fucking hot, spicy food. And I'm fat.
The one thing I've never done is I've never gone because right Indian Indian cuisine in Northern Ireland is definitely not as hot as like in England.
No.
Right? Because
Yeah.
actual Indians, and I mean the kind, not the whole kind of, right, which you should really change that considering the amount of spicy food they eat.
Yeah.
That particular racial stereotype should be, I'm from Mumbai, oh, because that's what you do whenever you eat the spicy food.
Your holes in fire, she sends smoke signals.
Absolutely, yeah. And then if you get an Indian variant of COVID, you go, what does it do? What are the symptoms? It makes you go in a casino. It's the other Indian. What was I saying? Aye. I remember one time getting a vindaloo in England with my uncle. Mm-hmm. I was about 19 maybe. And my uncle was like, I think in fact I was younger. And he goes, listen, these are roasting. Like, it's not like Irish vindaloos. And I was like, up a rye, English bastard, you. And I had one mouthful of it and then drank 2 litres of milk and I couldn't get the pain away.
I told you a story about my brother doing that to me, about tricking me into living Vindaloo.
No.
Telling me, like, he was like, fuck, it's lovely. Like, I fucking polished one off. And I said to the wife, going, fucking hell, sure, if you can have one, I'll have one. And I got, like, by third mouthful, like, I couldn't see the plate for the tears in my eyes. And in the fourth bit, I said, I was like, I can't do that.
I
And
like
then
a
I rang him.
the
and I
fork
was-
sizzling.
I rang him and I was like, how the fuck did you eat the whole? He goes, did I fuck? I got half a spoonful. I was like, you fucking bastard. Me fucking, like, I lost half a stone in weight just from sweat.
There's one called the fowl.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Indian
yeah,
that I go
yeah.
to, the vindaloo's lovely, it's really tasty, and it's not too hot. And there's a fowl, and I'm like, I want to try that, but I also don't want to waste the food if I can't eat it.
That's what
Do you
happened
know
with the Vindaloo. I wanted to keep powering on through, but I
Yeah.
couldn't.
But
There-
I think if I
there
just
is-
smoked enough fags that day, I'd be all right.
Madras is the highest, isn't it?
No.
No?
So it goes Madras, Vindaloo, fowl.
Oh, I thought it was Vindaloo, Madras, foul.
No, Vindaloo's
Right,
a good
okay.
fucking... so that's I might fucking starve now. Every time we talk about food, I end up going, I have no breakfast.
I don't think about it until you usually bring it up.
I think I might go a foul next time. And if you like, do you know the way, like, sometimes there's been a thing over the last couple of years in this podcast where, like, you've been given presents,
Yeah.
right? And I've had the odd present, but now that I'm, like, kind of off the drink, if you want to buy me a present now on, send me hot sauces. Because I've plenty of toilet roll
Now,
and
if
I've
you-
all
if
the
you-
time in the world.
If you get them delivered the same way I get my presents delivered, you're going to have just a
Some guy that gave-
shirt pocket full of hot sauce.
Here you are, mate. Say nothing.
Swear to God, I was
Good
like,
stuff, man. I got that from Cambodia.
I felt like every person Ray Liotta met in Goodfellas. You know, somebody's just sticking a note in your pocket. I was like,
Slap
there
your
we
cheeks.
go,
No.
fuck it.
Here you go, you
I was
motherfucker.
like,
You.
fuck me, there's some fucking mount in there. That's deadly.
Aye, it looked like you had a fucking 20 Regal in your pocket at the end of the live podcast. I was like, you selling them? The amount of yayo you have? Buying that in kilos? I actually at one point looked like he had to take a pen and cut the cling film off it. He dipped his finger in and tasted it. No,
There was none left by the time we got to the apartment. That's it. Fucking.
I can't remember it. Mate. Still, it's been a couple of weeks ago. I haven't drank since.
Have you not?
I absolutely completed drinking that night.
I have to say, neither,
I think I
neither
hit
have I. Actually,
I
never
think I
have
hit the moment where the universe went, and that's you finished.
The wee frog was just telling you.
Haven't craved it at all. The old frog was all fucking. Fuck that there, sir.
I must get on this fucking frog stuff, eh?
It's good shipping. Now, I will say...
I wonder, has your man got much? Because a lot of people are on to me now. I've met a lot of people this last week and went, fucking Mickey with that frog stuff. It sounds mad. And I'm wondering, has your man got many people coming to him now because of us mentioning it?
Weirdly, there's been a few people have like asked me, because I know I had said, here, give me a shout and I'll tell you his Instagram. I just forgot to do that. But I've been chatting to him sort of back and forth, so he has been sharing a couple of clips of... Because I was nervous that he was going to think I was taking the piss out of him when I was telling the story.
Yeah. Because a comedy podcast, obviously, but...
Yeah. So I messaged you, like, man, listen, I was talking about it, and I hope you don't think I was taking the piss. I was just fucking...
Yeah.
And he's like, no, brother, you're all right. Hey, don't worry about it. And like, man, just talk to me, go to sleep. Just ring me and tell me everything's going to be all right.
Get him to read a story and put it on cam.
100%, man, 100% the man, he's got the fucking... He's got that... There's a fine line of accent. I know I always make fun of the Derry one, Strabane one, Donegal accents, right? But there's a fine wee sort of... If you take, what do you call it, Venn diagram thing?
There's a wee
bit in the middle.
Epicenter of just...
There's a perfect fucking, like, you're like, I bet you surf, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're like,
You
I
know,
fucking
right,
like
yeah.
this cunt. Do you know what I mean? I know you've got a tattoo somewhere you got on the holiday one time, and it's still good looking. Do you know what I mean? The kind of guy who can pull off a tribal tattoo.
Oh, aye.
All right, brother, how are you?
And white dreads.
Man, listen, I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, what are you too, mate? Can't stop thinking about you. How's that frog?
But I think he probably does. He probably got a right few people contacting
Hopefully,
him.
man,
or
it's
whatever,
definitely
yeah.
like just a fucking... And
You did say there's been unexpected benefits, as in your mental health stuff.
mental health, like brain fog disappeared, right?
Mental, that's
now there was a couple of days where like I was having naps again in the middle of the day, and I was like, fuck. But then I realized what I was doing was any sort of mental blocks I've had in the past, right? That have been, so say for example, I have to send an email. I would go, I have to send an email. Fuck it, I'll have a quick sleep and a smoke, and then I'll send that email. And then I'll wake up and go, fuck it. So, and I forget to send it, right? And then I end up being like, oh, sorry, I was flat out. And I was flat out on my back in bed. That, I'm way more proactive. And it's not a conscious like, oh, I'm going to start doing this now instead.
Yeah, something has switched, just something has changed.
It's really strange. I don't know how to describe it, because it's like, yeah, something has just kind of changed, and it's not. You're not like, oh, I fucking feel different since I did the frog thing.
Yeah,
just certain.
It's not profound like that. It's just something that you can.
Yeah,
like a mindset.
100%. And craving alcohol is the thing that I'm like. I found myself going, fuck me, I haven't craved the drink.
Would you crave the drink?
That's the thing. That's the thing that scared me. Was when I went, I haven't craved booze in about a week, and then I went, fuck, I crave booze.
Well, I know
everything people have been saying has been bang on correct. I have a fucking high functioning alcohol. Like,
yeah. Well, I'm a high functioning stoner thing, but it's just I never knew that was like something that you would, because same thing would apply with weed. You're gonna crave it in that sense. You won't have any physical side effects not having it, because you're not that far on, obviously. And I know a lot of serious alcoholics who. Oh, I get the
are
more sick when they go off
drink.
drink.
The full Bojangles and they can't fucking.
Well, no, when they go off drink, they actually get properly sick.
Aye.
Their body then just can't cope without the alcohol. But I never knew that you had a craving, if you want to call it that.
It was more. I think it was more a case of like. I mean, coming up after a gig, if it was flat to myself.
Do you think it was more habit and routine, maybe?
Aye, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But even things like just like, fuck, I love a pint. Which isn't really a craving.
No, and I get that with a joint. Yeah, it's the same sort of
But I've had moments as well over the years. I remember it happened about 5 or 6 years ago, like taking a mouthful of beer, and I went, I can feel that in my brain.
Oh, I get that with every. That's what, like on the night of the podcast.
Yeah,
that's why I don't drink that often, because I would have all the characteristics of an alcoholic.
Aye.
You know, I get that first. It's like a woo, and it's only Corona.
Aye.
It's not like I took a shot of whiskey. It's just like the taste of it, as you say, it goes straight to the mind.
Aye.
Or I don't know if my mind's going, alcohol time.
Yeah.
And it changes. It might not even be the alcohol. I might just get myself into, because like when I thought about it afterwards, and when I listened back to the podcast, I'm going, like, I know it was 10 bottles of Corona.
Aye.
But to be that drunk, you know, it normally wouldn't get that drunk.
But we drank.
I think it is the head thing going, let's go, party time.
Oh man,
and our whole thing changes.
It's absolutely a thing that I've found over the years, is that I can drink like fuck, right? And my level of crack, so I'll get to about 3, maybe 4 drinks in, and you'll hear me going, I'm fucking steaming, right? Now,
But you'll stay at that level for a long time.
I won't look any different.
No.
The rest of that night.
I have a couple of friends like that.
But I will not remember a fucking thing. I've seen me being and consciously going, I won't remember anything after this drink,
I do that all the time.
and I'm just fucking autopilot the whole night.
Genuinely, there was times in my proper drinking years where I would have to stand in the mirror while I was going, try and remember.
Aye.
Especially if I was talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And I had a serious conversation with them when I was drinking. I'm going, you need to remember you had that conversation.
Yeah,
I never do.
totally.
Meet them
And
a couple of months later and like, do you remember? And I was like,
and this is something I've said a load over the years as well. I've found myself drinking and being like, I'm fucking dead smart and I'm pissed. And it's actually that I'm talking to somebody else who's pissed and we're both retarded.
I go the other way going, fuck, I am so stupid. What the fucking
So I get real fucking, man, I'm so profound. Like, I wish I could say I was sober. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The thing that I'm really enjoying is like, I haven't had a hangover, and because that's a 2-day event now.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
that age, 2-day event. The first day is just...
Don't know how to break it.
depths.
Even the next 5 years is probably going to be 3 days. Like, yeah.
Because the day after I'm drinking is just the fucking... That's the... I need sugar, I need fat, I need cheese, I need meat, I need spice, I need a wank, I need cum, I need fucking... I need to cry, I need to
You
sleep.
basically need everything to distract you away from the fact you're hungover.
Yeah. You do all that there, then you go, right, it's 9:30, what are we doing now? And then the day after that is the day that I just lying around going, why did I eat all that shit? Fucking, I'm so tired. I haven't slept properly, so dehydrated.
Your hands nearly falling off you, like, with the fucking punishment of fucking eating.
And that's, I mean, this has been fucking great since the frog and since not boozing. We flare up because we McDonald's last night, fell off the old dad train. But it's just...
So we're definitely down to... We know this now because our listeners are following this fucking journey as much as anyone else.
talking about it,
No, but honestly, that we talked about this morning, so it's definitely a gut thing.
Yeah.
There's no doubt after you're trying and trial and error and changing
from all the
things.
stuff
whatever.
I've been looking at online, it's just like the medicine they gave me didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at from my gut, probiotics, I'm eating clean, I notice it. Like even that's a flare up today that I know will be away by tomorrow if I eat clean today.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing because I was thinking about this recently. Like there's a lot of things you're reading online. Sorry to talk about psoriasis again for a second, but you might know more about it, but it'll say things like, "Oh, this has never been medically proven," and I find myself going, "Well, medically proven means you have to run tests." So saying this has never been medically proven means, "Oh, we haven't checked that."
Yeah, there's no report to back
Potentially.
it up. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Because the amount of people, I've been talking to people at gigs, talking to people online, so they go, the fucking meds didn't do anything. The steroids keep it at bay for a while, but then you get withdrawals and steroids, it gets worse. Everybody's been going, like, need gut stuff, go off fucking processed foods, shit like that. I've seen a video of a guy the other day. Now, the other thing that's a nightmare as well is online, there's a bunch of people who want fucking money from you. And
all for treatments and stuff.
I fucking signed up to one guy's mailing list, and he's like, I can cure skin conditions. And he's emailing me 8 times a day looking money, and I'm like, you fucking dirty, rotten bastard. I saw one video of a doctor who explained stuff and talked about a protein powder you take that can heal leaky gut syndrome, which is what I think is the issue.
you have,
Because I would have had a bit of a fucking weird... It always felt like wind.
Right?
But more like a big wind.
Like a trapped wind thing?
Like a trap. It always felt weird in my stomach.
Right.
And that's disappeared over since the frog. My shite have been amazing. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Now, this morning, because I had
there's the
McDonald's
thing,
last
it's
night,
back
did
to
a messy shit again.
McDonald's will do that.
Do you know what I mean? An absolute fucking yeah. But since doing the frog and eating clean out, like, and again,
Well, if you
doing the frog was like I just went, I'm just going to eat clean. Any excuses I would have brought up before of I'll do it tomorrow, I'll start tomorrow,
weren't there.
just disappeared.
That's what I'm saying. You can understand then where the tinfoil hat stuff comes in, where pharmaceutical companies
Absolutely.
don't want you to know about a
Yeah.
frog because everybody can just go and get a frog.
Absolutely.
And
Like
obviously
the-
you have to be a bit more skilled in that. Like, but do you know what I mean?
When I went to the private dermatologist about my skin, and she was like, "What do you have to do?" Did I talk about this in the podcast?
I think so, yeah.
She said about going on these new meds. She goes, "You have to go through 2 different treatments
To get to the third, yeah.
that don't work, that fuck your kidneys, your liver, and your bone marrow before you get to this other stuff that suppresses your immune system also." And I was like, I'll text her asses every day of the week over that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like, and again, no, it's not to say obviously if you're sick, go to the hospital. But with psoriasis specifically, because it's autoimmune, they hand you medicine, send you home. They don't tell you how to live with it. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to Shane about Crohn's. I've talked to couple of people are like celiac and all these different things, and they're like same thing. They just fucking send you out because I think that, and it's maybe not even necessarily big pharma. It's just the way modern medicine works. Is that they go, right, we'll treat this thing you have here, and if the medicine we're giving you makes you sick, we'll give you more medicine to treat that thing.
Yeah.
But then before you know it, you jump in the pool and you dissolve. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just attempting to do that, but I lost a stone.
Yeah, but that's also your gym too.
But I lost a stone before I went to the gym.
Oh,
I
did
only
you?
started the gym last week.
All right, okay.
I weighed myself in the gym on the first day and I went, I'm fucking 15 and a
But
half
do you think
stone.
that is maybe down to a proper diet too?
Yeah, not drinking again. Like that's the
not drinking,
because my problem with boozing is the day after drinking, it's shit factory. Like
If I licked you, would I get
all day.
psoriasis? No. Just
no, it's not contagious.
No, just to lose a pound would be great.
Do the frog one. Do the frog.
Do the frog, baby. Yeah, no, it's one of those ones where like whenever you said about the mental health thing, I was like, fucking hell, this is more than just a.
It was the day after because I had that.
Because you know yourself, like everybody else, you can't change them, and you can't change your
Yeah.
thought process
Aye.
manually. You're going to need a bit of. That's why people drink. That's why people take drugs or whatever. But the fact that something goes in there and it's a positive change.
100%. It's just
unreal.
it's things that would stress me out. Don't. Do you know what I mean? And you're weirdly approaching problems in a different kind of angle.
Crazy, isn't it?
That, and I don't know if it is the frog thing or if it's just even from eating right or because I've been looking after my gut because it's the Irish second brain. Am I just chemically in a more fucking balanced place? This sofa's turned me into a right constantly.
We've got pretty deep. Like I don't know if it's because this is the way we normally just chat.
Yeah,
And we forget we're in a podcast. Because the other place did make us feel a wee bit, right, action. Now we're just like...
Yeah, I hated that room. It was because every time I fucking left it, I'd bump into something. Plus it was a carpet, so there was skin gathering. It was too hard. You can just brush this away.
Aye. Well, I did Hoover it for you the other day. Right?
I know, and then I just picked my hands all over it.
Aye. Somebody did say to me the other day, your Hoover smells well bad. And I was like...
Did you comment on it, did you? That's the sound effect of a man. But have you ever put your dick in a Hoover?
No.
Me neither.
Be wild afraid to.
I tried it on my cheek one time and I went, that'll take a cock off.
Do you know what
I mean?
I thought... I was more worried with the cock, more worried about the wee testes. Just because you're never too sure if
Do you know
if
what
the sack
I-
is strong enough.
Do you know what always makes me worried about people putting their dicks up hoovers? Sometimes they'll hoover up spiders, and sometimes spiders don't fucking die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You ever seen a spider in a plug hole?
Yeah.
It just stays there.
Oh, aye.
I'm ready when you are, big lad.
Yep.
And I'd be afraid to put my willy in a dark hole and something biting it.
No, I never think of that. No. In fact,
Have you ever seen that movie Teeth, Vagina Dentata?
if I had a chance to get somebody to bite it now, in fairness,
Would you take a bite of the cock?
I'd take any sort of oral fixation of it. Just to have it.
Right, now,
It's been a while,
mine one time seen a documentary and it was about a woman in America. She was a hooah, and a professional one now. Not a
right.
part-time hooah. I mean, this woman was a full-blown...
Sex worker, Michael.
A sex worker. Aye. She was working away, flat out, doing overtime. But her boyfriend was her pimp. Sorry, her sex manager.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He was the sex HR.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. He was the what do you call it? The palliative care. Not palliative care.
He was
pastoral care.
He's in charge of the rota.
So it's Monday, so that's anal day. And it's your turn to clean the fridge.
And it's 2 for Tuesday.
Aye, it's casual Friday, so you can go anybody. But he made her get all her teeth took out because it was better for sucking the D. Right? Because you can give a good, decent gum job.
Take your
And
teeth out. Tell me what's wrong.
Syphilis. I've got syphilis from being a sex worker.
Take your teeth out. Sucking his dong. Why would you get what? Like who?
I'm imagining if you're going to an old hooker, right? Maybe she's dealing with different sized dicks. Do you know what I mean? I think if you're in a long term relationship, you know a woman can go, I can take a girthy one, but I can't take a monster. Maybe there's the odd monster turning up of an evening,
And she needs to.
and she's like, I'm gonna get these
she needs an extra half inch.
yeah, I'm gonna get
top
these,
and
I'm gonna
bottom
get
row.
these premolars took out. Premolars? Is that baby teeth? Oh no. A molar, because surely a molar is a fully grown premolar. No,
Just I don't know.
don't know much about teeth. I just have class ones.
I'm not even gonna do that.
But what I'm saying is, so she would give sock jobs with her teeth out, right? Which I always thought must be a nightmare to go and pick a prostitute, and she's standing on the street corner with a glass of water.
Where are you, man?
Aye, I'll fix it, Aunt Debbie, they called her. What I'm saying is, long story short, I've often wondered what it feels like to get a suck job of somebody with no teeth.
Well,
and I
would
don't
it-
know whether
would
they're
it not
approaching an
now,
old
without being
lady
a-
or a
would-
boxer.
But without being gross, would it not then, considering you take away the teeth factor, would it not then be just like
A hand job?
vagina? Would it not? Wet, moist,
No,
warm.
the gums would be hard enough too, wouldn't they? How soft are
unless
gums?
you're bitten to the side of it. What are you hitting the fucking...
Just imagine, like,
Oh, I
do
maybe...
you know what I mean?
But then, I don't know. Our gums would be, they'd be tight, like.
Have you ever seen that TikTok, the woman with no teeth? That puts
I don't
her teeth
see
in?
TikTok, Mickey.
Man, you need to. There's a woman on it who shows it like she's like a catfish black belt.
Right.
And she's like probably like, hey everybody on TikTok, it's like to see you all. And then she'll do like a fucking put her makeup brush up to the thing and pull it away when she's dolled up, and you're like, oh god damn,
Oh, I have seen a clip of that. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's the same person. I've
big
seen-
old,
like,
big
look-
old titties, like.
Don't know. All I remember looking at it thinking, you're an ex-heroin addict. Like she lost all her teeth and it was like her jaws were all sunk in.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
when she revealed, I was like, who the fuck
But that's what
is
happens
that?
when you lose the teeth. That's why you see when you see old people have them wee wrinkly lips.
Yeah.
That's from the teeth being all fucking. That's one thing I don't.
But
I
heroin-
don't want to say their legs and all happen to me.
Heroin or crack will be the biggest thing that'll do it. We would have seen it in Brixton. You'd have known a crack addict because of their teeth. They go to like fine points. It erodes the enamel.
Is that from chewing the bacon themselves, or is that the actual?
No, that's the actual crack.
crack?
Was, that breaks the enamel down. So when we were working behind the bar, you knew just by looking at people who the crack addicts were. Really. The teeth were all like they literally like a vampire. They go like a
All look like Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
That's what's like, and it's sad to see, like, because you can see young people with these fucking real bad.
Crack and heroin. No, heroin is. Remember when Billy Connolly always had that joke where he was like, he's waiting until he gets cancer to take heroin.
Yeah,
I think if I ever get like terminally ill,
yeah.
I'll do that, but with fried chicken.
What, injected into you?
No, well, just rattle it like.
All right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? I think if a doctor went to me, listen, Mr. Barton, you've got about a year to live, I'll go, right, first 6 months, we want to have a bit of crack, and the next 6, you're bring a forklift to take me out of the house, big lad.
Or you're going to eat yourself to death.
Blocked and eating chicken
Mate.
the entire time.
I don't even know if the problem. This is the other side effect of crack is
Like I would hope that if I sorry, no appetite for crack.
no munchies with that stuff. No, that's why they're all lose a lot of weight.
Munchie's the best bit of getting fucked
That's
up.
why
like.
the weed thing. Yeah.
I think that if I ever get diagnosed with a terminal illness, I would hope that I would die of scurvy before the illness takes effect.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? What I'll do is I'll go full fucking like
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Making your tea with vegetable oil.
Oh,
That's all I just
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
just eating bars of butter.
Like Costanza and Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Do you remember that? Just a block of cheese because the woman left him. He was like, I don't give a fuck.
Man, I remember one time being really drunk and taking just a block of not Mexicano or like jalapeno cheese.
Aye.
And just being like, oh. And then going, fuck, other people live here. I'm gonna have to cut the teeth
Cut the
marks
teeth
out of
mark out.
that. And then I cut the teeth mark out of it, and I had another wee bit, and then I had a whole block of the cheese. And the next day, I was warming up for Paddy Kilty in the waterfront, and I had the worst diarrhea known to man.
I would say, yeah.
And Dear McCord was bringing me on stage, and they hadn't turned the backstage mic on, and I was like, too late, I'm already walking out. I can't even wait 4 seconds for you to do that again.
You had very spicy nightmares
Swear to
too.
God, man, it was the only time, I think it's the only time in 10 years of doing stand up that I suppose at that time it was maybe 5-6 years. It was the only time where I ever kept the mic in the stand.
Right.
Because it was like, if I even do that,
It's
that
going.
jerking mode is going to just have something leak out of me. It was fucking terrible.
I wish I would've-
I remember I remember wiping my ass loads and then looking in the toilet and going, "There's just scum." Do you know what I mean? Like it was just a layer of like frog spawn.
Oh, fucking poutine.
It was stinking. It was absolutely fucking. And that was Guinness. That was Guinness and then spicy cheese.
Oh, lovely. Oh, if there's ever a combination that
Yeah.
you're going to fuck up your inside.
And your ears are sweating. You ever have your ears fucking sweat when you're shitting?
It's black, spicy shit.
Fucking terrible one. Having
Scum's
flashbacks to
one.
my trainer.
That's-
Get up, you son of a
It's
bitch.
getting so fucking disgusting now. If anybody's eating when they're listening to this, we apologise because that's just.
I'm not sorry.
The scum level on Mickey shit is maybe a new
I-
level of disgusting.
I remember like farting and feeling the water in the toilet just move. Do you know what I mean? Like a hovercraft.
Farting like the Red Sea.
Do you know what I mean? Did you ever see those guys with the jetpacks? So that, like, it was like that.
You hovering up in the air.
Yeah.
3 foot off the toilet.
I remember looking at the toilet when it was like I picked up a xenomorph. It just melted. Coming to the goddamn walls.
Anyway.
Yeah. Have you seen the Elvis movie?
Speaking of shite in the toilet. No.
I didn't even think I thought it was. I didn't put that together.
I thought that's what you...
Well, I went to a party in the cubicle. Now, the Elvis, I can't remember the name of the actor who plays Elvis. Fantastic. Tom Hanks is amazing in it. Mm-hmm. One of the best films I've ever seen. And weirdly, you find yourself going, fuck. And now, I'm going to say this, you're going to be upset straight away, I can tell. Mm-hmm. You find yourself halfway through it going, fuck me, Elvis is some bangers, hadn't I? Like, you forget how many absolute whoppers Elvis Presley had.
The back catalogues on.
Oh, sure. I've been listening to the gym and all, I'm skipping.
Even some of the unknown tunes from his early days are fucking unreal.
There's a version of I don't know if he did it first or the Beatles did it first, but he does a version of Hey Jude.
Well, that's Beatles first, like, so he does a version of it.
Not as good, to be honest with you.
No.
That's one of the ones you go, Elvis, you could have fucked up
I
there.
could have left that alone. Quite a lot of people did Hey Jude back in the 60s, like a lot of covers.
Jude.
Wilson Pickett, I think, did a great version of it. But
Wilson Pickett, not to be confused with Wilson Phillips.
Yes.
Okay, because Wilson Phillips is, hold on. Do you remember them ones? Wilson Phillips? They're one hit wonder from the 80s.
Oh, right, okay. There you are.
I could do a pub quiz on one hit wonders from the 80s.
You do like a lot of shite music.
Love it.
You probably would do well in that one.
Can't get enough of Kate Bush at the minute.
I don't tell me you font. Like, I know what the problem is now, right? I've had that song on the playlists for years, and now so now I have to take off the playlists.
Oh, you're a hipster now, is that way?
No, it's because all these cunts now have jumped in, and it's like, oh, it's the hit, and you're like, no, Kate Bush. How are you only finding Kate Bush now?
Do you know what it is about Kate Bush? I think she's very sexy.
She's a fucking...
She looks a bit like a witch, and I'm into that.
Mm-hmm. Well, she looked in the 80s. I haven't seen her
neither have I. She reminds me a wee bit of, and here's a weird boner origin story. Do you mind the witch from Conan the Barbarian? Mm-hmm. That was one of my first awakenings.
Nice, yes.
When she's talking all weird.
Quite a good
And then her teeth get all sharp like she's been taking crack.
Taking crack.
And I'm just in the house
cracking
going, why's my jeans tight? Mommy! Knock the dog out of my mouth.
Yeah, no, Kate Bush. Well, the only good thing about Stranger Things is that they are introducing younger generation.
Stranger Things? That's a wee joke.
They're introducing the younger generation to Kate Bush, so at least they are actually catching.
I haven't watched the new Stranger Things yet.
No.
Do you know what happened? I think there's been too long between the last series and this. I forgot what happened.
I watched 3 episodes of the second series, and
you stopped, did you?
It had lost it once. Like, it didn't have the same feel as the first season. Like,
first season's amazing. I quite enjoyed it. I think all the cast are fantastic. I will say this now to you, Connor Keys. I know you haven't been caught up on it because I know you're waiting, but The Boys is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I'm so excited. I think I'm on 7 now waiting to come, and then when the 8th come, it's a weekend job. I'm going to do the whole weekend. The Boys.
It's Friday this week. It's the
last one.
Yeah. I like fucking wait.
Fuck, I have to gig on Saturday and Sunday.
I've fully been like turning to my girlfriend and been like, you cannot be here on Friday.
Yeah, don't be here. Yeah,
because I'm not washing. There's going to be an awful smelly smell coming off my balls. And there's a good chance I'm going to order something that I'm not supposed to eat, like a pizza or something. And I'm going to sit there, even though it's only an hour, I'm going to take the whole day.
Boys it out.
Just
10 minutes at a time, pause it.
I started watching the first series again, even though I'm caught up. In
the way, in your middle of the...
I'm just going to watch that again because it's great.
That is a great show. Like, it's fucking brilliant. And I'm so glad. I missed the first season, and I only started watching it when the second season came out. But I'm so glad I did. Now, it was one of those ones I was consciously avoiding it because number one, the name, I thought that's fucking terrible. And then seeing Carl Urban, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm not watching that.
I love Carl Urban.
I like him now, but I never liked it before.
Do you know what I thought it's very interesting? I've seen a few people complaining about Carl Urban's English accent and all the English accents in The Boys.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few people going to the creators of The Boys just not like English people. And I'm like, your man, is it Innes? Garth McInnes?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
From here. I was like, so yes, he hates English people. That's why. That's what you all sound like to us. Oh, at me, I'm sorry, you fucking cunts. That's what every English person sounds like to me. Every single fucking one of them.
Everyone.
On this fucking Christmas day, I like to thank the government. Me and Philip, God rest his fucking soul, would like to say to you, Harry fucked off for darky. That's what I think all English people sound like. And here we see the duck-billed fucking platypus. One of the most fucking rare fucking animals on earth. I can't speak too fucking loud in case I scare the little cunt. So all English people sound to me.
They all do.
Name an English person to impress them.
Fuck, I don't know.
John Cleese. Don't mention the fucking war. Hey, these German cunts don't fucking like it, mate.
Why are they all Cockney?
Yeah, give me another English person. James, shout one out.
Jimmy Carragher.
Fucking, I love football, mate. Kicking balls. I can't think of anything fucking better to do on a Saturday.
I think you might argue with that one now, maybe. Yeah, because he's Liverpool. But anyway.
No, he's English. They all sound the same. That's what I'm saying to you. All English people sound the same to me. All of them. It just sounds like oppression, no offence. It just sounds like they're putting their knee into the culture of my country, no offence, and that they're stealing potatoes, no offence to English people. Enjoy the 12th. I generally, every English person to me sounds like oppression, and it puts a chill in my spine. It sounds like racism. It sounds like just fucking corporations.
See, I don't get that.
Man, name an English person doing an impression just so you can hear it the way I hear it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it from like a Scouse person or something.
No, all English people, they're all the same.
Cockney.
They're all the same. They're all the same.
Stuff.
All English people the same. Even to be honest, even the Welsh. Tom Jones. It's not fucking unusual, is it? It's fucking normal, you cunt. Delilah. Why?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney absolutely fucking sounds exactly the same like all the rest of them. Yeah. I didn't die in a fucking car crash, you cunt. I used to go out and forget I've only one leg. Vegetarian. What a cunt.
What a cunt.
I do realise we've got his two wives mixed up. Because Lennon McCartney definitely had both legs.
Several legs.
Not in the end now, obviously. They've made them into sausages. Vegetarian sausages. Doesn't mean they're vegetarian. It means it's a vegetarian sausage. Yeah, that's why we need vegan cheese. Scrape to the dick of a hippie.
Heather Mills is now a table.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or to the leg.
Heather Mills, great furniture. What?
Heather Mills and she also sews.
Yeah. Do you hear my impression of Heather Mills?
Go.
I've only got one fucking leg, you cunt. I'm like a pirate. All of them. Perfect. Every single one of them.
Unreal.
Yeah. Richard Madeley. Good morning, cunts.
That's topical.
Yeah. Philip
I
Schofield.
was gonna say,
I like cocks. Richard Madeley's on Good Morning Britain.
What about Holly Willoughby? What's she sounding?
Oh, I've got tits. Yep.
These impressions are unreal, man.
It's
Britain's Got Talent.
Obviously, that's not what they sound like. It's just what they sound like to me.
To you,
Do you
yeah,
know what I mean?
okay.
Britain's Got Talent. I can do all of them.
Go.
Simon Cowell. No. Amanda Holden. Yes. Alicia Dixon. Yes. David Williams. I'm not gay. 4 X's.
It's amazing how you got both the females were yes for you.
Man, did you ever watch it? No backbone, them two girls. You're so talented. How the fuck, Alicia?
No.
And Amanda Holden's just there with her big fake lips. I watched Amanda Holden try to do the Sprite challenge, and she dribbled Sprite down her chin because her lips don't work.
Right.
And she hasn't had a stroke. She's just had a lot in.
I can't.
And when I say a lot in, I don't mean dicks. There was Les Dennis.
Well, that was no.
and then that was it.
If it's up there, I'll give you the money myself.
Yeah, exactly. What? I says if it's up there, I'll give you the fucking money myself, you cunt.
I can't watch Amanda Holden now after watching her porn video. I can't.
What?
Mackie.
Amanda Holden did a...
Amanda Holden getting up the pepper scooper.
What?
Have you never seen that video?
Talk amongst yourselves.
I think me and Geddes talked about something. It's like 15 years older.
Would this be on? Would this be on the? Would it be on the hub?
I don't know. It's. I think I have her stored at the house.
Amanda Holden.
It was. It was before Britain's Got Talent.
Tape.
But it wasn't. It was in.
Straight away. What? No, it's not. I'm gonna mute this here just in case. that goes, "Hello, Mickey, you're back." Oh no, there's an ad. Oh, Mrs.
Oh, no, you don't be looking at that.
Jesus. It says skip ad, but it's right at her dirt.
You put your finger.
That's
in
not
worse
Amanda
places.
Holden.
Well, then let me see it. Let me see this one on. I'll know as soon as
It's not. That's I know that's too well
Turn
shot.
around, let me see it. No.
No, I'll go to the hub. Maybe it's on that. That's X videos. You know what they're like?
I would say because of her status now, she's probably got it removed off most places, I would say.
There's ways around that.
Oh, I do it. I did download it.
Do you know what? I wish I hadn't started this because now, Jesus, size that one.
Anyway, yes, so Amanda Holden, it was right about the time.
It says here Amanda Holden sex. There's about 20 of them.
No,
Got me up some audition.
there's one tape. It was around about the time Jordan sort of.
Remember
Katie
the Jo-
Price,
the Jordan one was
videos,
an
all that
odd
sort of stuff. Yeah, but it was.
I remember somebody telling me, was Jordan pregnant in the one she did?
Oh, I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me.
Because there's one, it was not Dean Bowers from
Myers from fucking whatever you call it.
Another Level.
Another level. But Yorkie was in there too. Right, York?
Oh, I thought you meant the chocolate bar. No. You know Yorkies aren't for girls.
Only the biscuit and raisin one.
I suppose if she was pregnant, that would have been Dwight York's. It would have been.
Well, right, Dwight York is the father of Harvey.
I know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Aye, you can tell by the
But I don't know. Tell by the what, sorry?
the complexion.
Oh, right. I thought you meant the eyes. I was like, I don't think they're the same.
No. I did not know Amanda Holden had sex. I need to go home and look that up right now.
That's podcast over. Thank you very much. Good luck. Yeah, so it was out a long time ago. Like I say, she probably has spent money to get it removed.
I remember there was one I always wanted to see, and it was Suzanne Shaw from Hearsay. Gonna be
right.
there.
Yeah.
And I've found it
Didn't
since.
need
It's
the-
not really a sex tape. She just took her top off and somebody
Really
played
didn't
it.
need the rendition
Yeah.
of a Hearsay song. We've had enough.
The
bad
Hearsay
music
song?
in here. Oh, the
No, I mean there wasn't.
they actually had an album.
It's insane to me that because I was
'Cause
looking
it
at
was-
I was tidy now. I remember whenever they came out. I remember at the time consciously going, "This is the first time every girl in a band has had big ditties." Because Mylene Class, the other doll from Coronation Street,
Oh, aye, class.
and then your mum Samantha. It was Samantha, wasn't it? Suzanne Shaw.
Suzanne Shaw. Yeah. Kind of remember them, to be honest with you. I was in my full like peak music mode, going to gigs and stuff. So that stuff was just driving me fucking mental. So I wouldn't even look at it, wouldn't watch it or listen to it. But they were the debut. I think I talked to this before on the podcast. But Hearsay had the biggest debut selling album record of all time.
Aye.
And that was fucking soul destroying to
That
know
was
that.
cra- yeah.
Thankfully, Arctic Monkeys took that away from them. But at the time, it was like, oh my
It's
god.
definitely a situation where I definitely fell for the social media, or not social media, the reality TV thing at certain points. We talked about
Right,
it all the
okay.
time. With Big Brother, I was like, I
Oh, well,
remember,
like, for the first one, Big Brother, I
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
before, like, people in pubs were watching
I
it.
think
The
with the
pubs
likes
shut
of-
down to watch the fucking Big Brother because
Yeah.
Tom from Greencastle was in here in
yeah.
Tyrone.
I think with the likes of pop stars, like I think I walked past the TV one time when my sister was watching it, saw Mylene Class and went, "I'll stick it on upstairs." Michael, your dinner's ready. 2 minutes.
It on mute.
Die.
The singing contest
All
was
you
on
could hear
mute.
was just a fucking. Just the bed shaking. It's me
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I never really got into. I never got into reality shows after Big Brother the first season. Like I never really.
Aye.
I didn't do any of them, so I don't watch X Factor or Britain's Got Talent or.
I think there was
Strictly
definitely a
Come
point where
Dancing or any
I went
shit.
through that real sadistic stage of watching like the X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, when the nutcases were auditioning.
I see that wasn't right. That
Definitely
was-
not. Absolutely not
That
right.
was national bullying.
Oh, I 100%.
Yeah, I told you about the guy that we knew was sent it.
No.
Oh, so we used at the bar I used to work in London.
Uh-huh.
They used to have every Tuesday night. They used to have a couple who would come in and do karaoke, and they were sort of well-known couple that would go to pubs all over South London, and then a gang would follow them for the karaoke. It was our busiest night
A
midweek.
gang.
I swear to God, there's like 30
Oh,
or
fuck, you love karaoke, mate.
That's exactly what it was like. About 30 or 40 regulars that would go wherever their karaoke night was. So on a
Right.
Tuesday night, they were with us. But there was this one guy who he definitely was, I wouldn't even say per mental health, I'd say he had a mental illness. You know, he was vulnerable. But he was civil, he had no problem. But he would go up and do DJ Otsy or Otsy, you know, the hey, baby. Ooh, right? But the man didn't sing. He thought he was singing, but it was like he was speaking the words really, really fast, like a
Aye.
rap. But it was the man wasn't right now. So he'd be, hey baby, hey, right, and he would do this, and he would make this like all the time. And the couple who ran the karaoke fucking hated having him up. So we knew that they hated having him up, so we would fucking go, go on. I can't remember his name. Say his name was Ben. Go on, Ben. Get up there. Go on, Ben. And then he'd get up, and we would roar and cheer, and he would, hey, baby. Right, and this is every Tuesday night. It was so bad, right?
Stop doing the impression, considering you facilitated this bullying.
So
was
bad.
he English?
English.
Hi, bye. Sorry.
No, you couldn't even. And he wore about 40 lanyards around his neck of all these different wee medals. I know, and a Hawaiian shirt, right? And
Nothing wrong with him.
nothing wrong with him. And so again, we were sort of a bit of crack. He didn't know. The only people who knew we were fucking about were the two that ran the karaoke.
Aye.
He had no idea. We were cheering and clapping from every time, and it was exaggerated cheering and clapping. Cut to 3 years later, I'm at home back in Tyrone, and Emer shouts to me, "Quick, come fucking here!" And I go in, and there he is on X Factor, and Kyle and all are fucking ripping into him. And the critter goes, "Well, I don't care what you say, but everywhere I perform, people roar and cheer for me." And I looked at him and I was like, "Oh, fuck me, we contributed to that shit." And the man was ridiculed all, like it went viral at the time. It might have been the first, maybe 2 or 3 seasons in. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, that's the damage that he's done."
Aye.
That critter is going to end in front of Simon Cowell and going, "Well, you're wrong," because everywhere I go, they cheer for me. And I'm like, "Oh,
It's so weird to watch that show now that everybody's very aware of how they designed those shows to be.
Yeah.
Fucking, and you see Simon Cowell trying to be nice now with his bad plastic surgery. You're like, nah, how the tables have turned.
So poor
Aye.
looking. Like,
Show me your
his
face.
Fucking face is terrible. That's like, same thing as you walking past, catching the glimpse, going, "Is that fucking him now?"
Aye. He looks like a Photoshop of himself.
Oh, it's brutal, bad, it's brutal. But yeah, that poor man. So then I always be very conscious of the piss taking of what it can do to somebody who, takes it in that he believed he was a superstar because he didn't get the irony or the sarcasm that cheered. So yeah, I felt bad. Sorry too.
Ben.
Yeah.
So, hey, baby.
Fuck, when I think it was so bad. But yeah, I don't know what to do with that now because in my head I'm thinking now, where is that man? Has he committed suicide?
I would say that's edited out, but we don't know how to.
We don't
So,
know how to
it's out there.
It's out there now.
Yeah, everybody, Connor Keys bullied a potential superstar.
What about gigs over the last week? Because I had a few, and you had a few. I was in Maharafelt on Thursday night.
That gig's astounding.
Shout out to the Maharafelt Massive. Yeah, very good. Finton Harvey runs a great
gig.
show there.
Maharafelt, I'm on tour
Maharafelt. I'll be there too, but I'm not back to November. That's another one. Friday night you were in Botanic, you said?
I did a solo show in the Botanic Inn. So we did a preview of some new stuff.
Got on good.
Did some bits class, some bits. No, I mean.
Right.
I was in Charlie's in Strabane, which I'm in Charlie's again on the 7th of July. Coming. I think it's sold out though. Sorry.
Charlie's good, isn't it?
Charlie's class.
Definitely.
Charlie's is like fucking daily. So you leave the place going, "I'm the best in the world."
Aye, that's so
and
weird.
then I was in. So that was Wednesday night. Thursday night I went to the Boneyard. I went to try some of the stuff I'd done on Charlie's. Night before, 2 words in, I was like, abort mission.
No way.
Like, yeah.
Why is that? It was a crowd.
I think it was just
Because Boneyard's outside, am I right? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a,
So I think it was just the vibe in Strabane was. I don't know. Maybe it might have just been the fact that it was a more intimate room. I was kind of going, "Oh, you can actually take a wee bit of time here and do like a story," whereas the Boneyard's very much fucking play to this big room.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And then the Botanic Inn gig was it felt like doing an American comedy club the way it was set up, and it was nice to actually go, "I'm going to try and make this room feel like a wee room."
Yeah.
Which is my new sort of creative vibe now I'm going on. I was trying to go work because the waterfront and being like, how do you make fucking 1,800 people lean
And a
forward?
comedy club, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's how I challenge myself. Do you know what I mean?
Good man.
Just it's not about ticket sales for me. It's about like, do you know what I mean? It already needs oil. But yeah, I'm just going in a bit of a creative direction. I'm going, I wonder if I do that. Nice. Challenge myself that way. And then we did the last gig in Lavery's on
I know, I was
Thursday night.
raging in my stat. Oh, no disrespect to Maharafelt, but yeah, I was raging in my Lavery's. Because Get Us Going On to me, I was like, it's going to be end of term thing. I was like, wouldn't you fucking know rightly?
Do you know, it was a fucking nightmare. I went down. No, in fact, no, I'll take it back. That was a test of my sobriety.
Yes, I would imagine that would be.
Being there the last one when it was like, it was free drinking all and Get Us stocked the wee beer fridge up.
Maybe.
And I was like, I'll just take one of these wee non-alcoholic lemon boys here, if you don't mind. And I actually sat on afterwards and was like having the crack.
Really?
Stone cold sober.
Jesus.
Do you know what? I actually found myself being like, I'm as much crack sober as I am drunk. I'm just less like, oh, I'd book that one. Now I just keep out of my head.
With the frog stuff. Floating around.
Jordan Robinson's like, why are you looking at me like that? I'm like, because I'd buck you, Jordan. I want to put my willy up your wee scar.
I'd bust up your scar.
I'm telling you, ruin your stitches. Funny thing at Lavery's though was when McCartney was on and didn't.
I seen this clip.
So McCartney didn't know.
Shane need to get away or something, or
Shane just arrived. So Shane did the Opera House.
Right.
Landed down. Geddes was on the piss. Right.
Right.
So I don't know if I wasn't there for the first half.
Right.
So I don't know if they relayed the first half or if Geddes emceed it.
Okay.
But McCartney thought he was relaying. Geddes thought he was emceeing, and nobody told each other.
Out.
So McCartney thought I was on next because Shane hadn't arrived. But then Shane landed down, and Geddes goes, so Shane's going to go on.
Right.
So McCartney goes, please welcome next second stage, Mickey Bartlett. And me and Shane were, oh, who's going to go on? And Shane went, fuck it, I'll go on. So he went on, got on stage and went, yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? I'm from Lurgan. And I was like, and everybody laughed, and I was like, right then. If that's what we're doing. So yeah, Shane brought me on then as Shane Todd.
Deadly.
And I just hung off the rafter, was like, tea. What's your name, big shooter? Tea. Money.
I didn't see it.
I don't have a foreskin. No. So it was really, really good crack. And it was a nice moment as well where, like, because Woodsy goes, Shane Todd near fell to his knees when you did that. And I was like, that's what, like, a good night in a comedy club is taking the piss as well as doing a good show.
Oh, absolutely. If you can have that.
Weirdly, though, that night, I did some really old material because I was doing a shorter set. And I was, like, when you do older jokes and you're getting oohs where you're expecting a laugh, I was like, fuck. You forget how, like, your stuff can date.
Right? In what way?
Do you know what I mean? So, like, I was doing a bit about, you know the bit I used to have about the first time I tried anal sex? And about lube.
Aye.
And I'll tell you, the joke basically is, it's about menthol tingle lube.
Yeah.
And I go, thousands of people across the world have used menthol tingle lube once. Nobody's used it twice.
Yeah.
And I go, what it says in the bottle is this provides a mentally tingly experience. What it should say is, warning, contains lava. And I went, warning, contains lava. The crowd went, oh. And I was like, that's not even the worst bit. I'm about to bum someone in this story.
They oohed at lava?
They oohed at lava, yeah. I don't know, has there been a Vesuvius story breaking the news I wasn't paying attention of? Has there, but you know, is it the anniversary of Pompeii?
Lava?
Yeah. You
maybe it was. Did they? Were they like?
Is lava a gender now?
Were they audibly?
Fluid?
Were they audibly fucking what it would feel like? You know what I mean? Is that reaction going? Ooh.
Tell you what's
as in, like,
tell you what's weird about it as well is I've noticed two things I've noticed. One, I actually didn't do that story in Lavery's. Another one.
Okay.
They oohed at the word faggot.
Do you know what I've missed in the podcast? You pointing at me.
It's good enough.
That's good.
Because
you couldn't point at me when
what I've noticed doing that lube, so I've done it twice recently, is that when I bring up menthol tingle lube, less and less people in the audience have used it because the audience are getting younger.
Okay. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Lube seems to have been a generational
There was
thing.
a craze, wasn't there? There was a phase
yeah.
of it. Like, yeah. Remember the curry flavoured condoms and stuff? There was all that mad shit going around. Pina colada, but it actually tastes more like penis than it did pina colada.
I'm very interested to know how you know that.
What? The taste like penis?
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted penis?
Not once in my life.
No.
Can't bend that way. Not big enough.
All right.
If I could get my dick in my mouth, I wouldn't be out of my mouth.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
If I could get my dick up to my mouth after I had sex, I'd go like this, like a cowboy.
You're assuming to taste the dick, you have to put it in your mouth.
How else would you taste it?
You just rub your finger along it and just taste it.
You must have a stinking cock if there's enough residue to like.
That's what it tastes. What do you mean? How else would you
like
taste
you
it?
want a taste of custard training?
Aye.
What, stir that in a wee bit?
To see if the marinara needs more bay leaf, you know what I mean? Does it give it
Disgusting. It takes a lot to make me go,
I know, but only
only
the tip. You wouldn't do the fucking. Like, you're not going to get anything off the shaft.
Would you go into under the base of the crown?
No.
The grout.
Nah. Leave that magma alone there.
Oh, I hate myself. Like when you run out of Philadelphia.
There's no fucking.
Let's go buy more. Who had all the fucking cheese?
Fucking, it's not cream cheese anyway. It's a bit lumpy.
I can't remember what I was talking about now because all I could.
We're talking about gigs, so yes,
I know. Like, talking about tasting cocks.
Yeah,
Lube, yes.
Lube.
Curry flavored lube. Now, does that go up as high as a foul? Because if you're phoning your brother and he's going, I only get halfway through your line, that'd be a phenomenal story. I'd watch that sitcom.
rubbing ice cubes in your hole. Just
I remember us, like, when we were at uni, there was a girl who I think was trying to rep for an Ann Summers thing.
right.
Because remember Ann Summers parties were crazy?
Fuck yeah.
Women would go and fucking swing strap-ons about.
Yeah.
You're nasty.
At least they've become more. What would you call it? They've become more classy now. They're like tropic nights and stuff for moisturizers and cream. The dildos have all went.
The dildos all
yeah, that was definitely a craze.
I remember like my cousin having one of those parties and we were just like, get the fuck out of the house.
Aye.
And me and my other cousin were like, we want to see you. But
if you're a single man, you should be standing outside that house when they all leave because they're all fucking.
they're all shell shocked though.
They're not. They're all fucking gagging for it. They love it. Seeing all these fucking eggs and fucking beads and all this other stuff.
I'd love to.
Plus, they've had about 3 bottles of Prosecco.
Yeah, they're all blocked through. Like, I'm going to go home and give him a thing of a lifetime.
That's what it's all about. I've had many an Ann Summers saying to.
I'm going to pish beside this fucking Toyota Yaris quick so he doesn't know. Not washing it. Fucking, we love the smell of it. Don't you bastard. I'm way home here with fucking. Well, a Dulux can full of fucking lube. I'm taking up a dumper night, girls. Happy birthday. Cheers, mummy.
Lasagna flavoured lube.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you Stacey's friend from university, the English one? Yeah, that's right. I fucking knew that little Irish cunt when I was in fucking Brighton. That sounds like the song that man sang before he did the frogs, are we? But where was it?
Gigs.
No, still talking
Lube.
Still talking about lube.
Correct.
Yes. We were university and a girl was out like repping for Ann Summers and had a tub. Now, not a squeezy fucking bottle or like a fucking, looked like a tub of Brill cream.
Right.
Of menthol lube.
Oh, fuck.
And we all took a wee bit each, ran in their bedroom, put a wee bit in our willy, and all the lads were in the kitchen like fucking, like trying to chat. Like, I'll have what he's having. Like, and then I big balls it. That's wrong with, no, it did. It's technically, I was like, I had a couple more drinks. I was like, I'm gonna get more, and I like took a dollop.
Of course you did.
I went in my bedroom and lathered myself in it, and I swear to fuck, my dick was red in my hand.
Yeah, I can
Like
imagine.
it like a lighthouse.
Yeah. Why would you do
You were
that
a
to yourself?
fisherman avoiding it.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I wanted to see. I was 18. I wanted to see if I could.
I know what the
Via
answer.
Bluetooth.
I know what the answer is because I've done the same thing myself. But I just want to see was somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what is.
Like I thought to myself, because at the time I didn't have a girlfriend or anything, and I couldn't pull the braces. So I thought to myself, if I just bought a tub of this and just read it,
No.
would that do the job? No. Now I do know of a
Coffee
man.
jar with liver in it. It would be the.
I
the
do
best
know
one.
of someone who put deep heat up their ass, but that's a different story for a different day. Tickets are available from Shine.net for all the tour shows. We're going to be filming a special. We're going to go on Patreon now and do some questions.
All right,
if
so
you-
that's finished. So
Oh, you-
no, I was forgetting. I
just thought we'd hit an
all
hour
the
there, so-
fucking time. I was like, we're talking about gigs, and we're going to. No, you've just made it. It's a fuck. stick
No,
with your
no,
hole,
no,
doesn't
no,
matter.
obviously.
No, I wanted to do a wee shout out to the Saturday Club because we did. We were supposed to do a video for the Saturday Club on Saturday night.
Yes.
and we didn't do it
For a second there, I thought you said the Celtic Club, and I was like, I don't think we're going to do it.
No, we're not going to do it. The Saturday Club is the club that Ruby goes to. Last Saturday of the month, they do like it's basically Ruby's youth club. So they had a fucking a do on Saturday night. So it turns out actually a couple of the volunteers who look after Ruby listen to the podcast.
Oh, fuck.
Came up to me. So shout out to fucking Nicole and Mark Quinn. So Mark is the guy who runs the thing. He directs the wee show. They do the wee version of Wizard of Oz.
Class.
And Ruby was involved in it, but couldn't even get her on stage. She was doing the signs from the back of the room. And I think, Ruby, you're supposed to be on the stage, but she wouldn't do it. So I told them I'd give them a shout out. We don't normally do that, but because they give up their fucking salary once a month and more.
Well, sorry for all the dick talk.
No, they love it apparently.
Oh, right.
Actually,
Nicole, you dirty bitch. You.
No, I don't mean Nicole. Nicole said to me, it's terrible. She's a young girl. Sorry, Nicole. Nicole said to me.
How old is Nicole?
I don't know, in her early 20s. So
Oh,
yeah.
God.
She said to me, she goes,
the bullet there, of it. Speaking of Alan Summers.
she said to me, she goes, do you know when I'm listening to that and you talk about Ruby, she goes, I know it's completely true because I've dealt with it every fucking week. I was like, yeah, you know the pain, you know. It's like, but no, so fair play. I got Shane and Kieran and Diona. Geddes was supposed to do it, McCartney was supposed to do it, and we were supposed to do it, and like,
Aye.
I can't have a go with Geddes and McCartney about forgetting to do it when we forgot to fucking do
Yeah,
it.
totally.
So unless maybe we add it on somewhere.
Was it Shane charging for it?
Well, it wasn't that much, and it was all right.
What's Kieran charging for it? Way more.
A couple
Kieran.
of wagon wheels.
Wagon wheels? It's not like him.
No,
He's all about the
He's
fun.
a more gold bar sort of guy.
He's like, what am I sugar now? Oi.
He just wanted to know what to do a raffle for him.
100%. That was a perfect way to end. That was
Wasn't it?
lovely. Feel very
I don't know
flirty.
what I'm doing.
I love this.
I don't.
I like sofas.
I really don't. I have no idea what to do myself. I'm like,
You look great. Listen, thanks for listening. We're going to go to Patreon now, do some questions. If you enjoyed this, jump over to Patreon, give us some of your money.
yeah. And because obviously you won't be able to ask us a question for the bonus episode
Exactly.
unless you're a patron.
And if you want to know what our favourite type of crisps are, you have to be on Patreon to find out.
Aye.
Yeah, if you want to know if I'd rather have a dick the size of a horse or a horse the size of a dick.
Aye. And Mickey has stand up on there.
Stand up on
I
there.
have stand up on there. And what we do as a patron too is you'll get exclusive access to tickets for tour
Exactly,
shows.
you get
'cause they're
first
announced
access
on there.
tickets, which, I mean, obviously,
We'll get naked free. Basically, we'll do anything for fucking money.
just give me some money, man. Before I have to take my teeth out and start sucking dicks. Thanks very much for listening. See you later. All the best. Bye. Don't know how to say cheerio on this sofa.
What's up, motherfuckers?